What's up everyone, welcome back to Let's Play Demon Souls. I think I possibly might have my bearings by now for the Shrine of Storms. So, let's see, we picked up the Uchigatana back here. Before we go back to Vanguard, let's go up here. What I didn't talk about in the last episode, as opposed to the normal what happened in the last episode was blah blah blah, I got fucking lost. No, what I didn't talk about last episode. Is this stingray gonna come down and screw with me? I guess we'll find out. Black skeleton over here. Okay, so, world tendency events for the Shrine of Storms World 4-1. In Black World Tendency, there are a couple extra skeletons and enemies that spawn. I think there might be a few Black Phantom enemies, like generic ones. And there is also a Black Phantom of an NPC named Master Satsuki. I see a pressure plate switch. I want to just kind of trigger this and roll out of the way as opposed to trying to hug the wall or block, but... By the way, if I haven't mentioned, those arrows, they don't look like the most deadly trap. They look like they might maim you pretty bad. They will flat out kill your ass. They do an insane amount of damage. Way more than you might expect. So I don't want to get killed by those. So yeah, Black Phantom Satsuki, or Satsuki, depending on how you want to pronounce it, spawns. Do I want to mess with a black skeleton? In Pure White World Tendency, the body form of Satsuki spawns, and he has a mission for us. He wants the magic sword Makoto, which is a sword we can pick up in the next level with super high bleed damage. And it's got pretty decent base damage too. It doesn't have any scaling stats though. What it is though, it's a really cool, unique item. It's cursed, so it drains 1% of your health every second that you have it equipped. And there's also some flavor text on it that states when you cut with Makoto, it creates a wound that never heals. Just going down here real quick, that's the pit. Guess we could start taking on Vanguard. So anyway, people like to use Makoto in combination with two particular items. The Graverobber Ring and the Mauryan Blade. What those two items do is they increase your damage by 50 and 60% respectively. And that stacks multiplicatively, meaning instead of 110% damage bonus, you actually get 140% extra damage from the Mauryan Blade. Or I mean, you multiply the Mauryan Blade's base damage by 140% instead of 110. And that is because the Mauryan's... Wait, did I say it? The Mauryan Blade's base damage is 210? Jesus, my thoughts are all mixed up. I'm trying to, like, figure out a good place to fight Vanguard, but he doesn't like to move, so... I'm dodging around goddamn stingray barbs. It's an ugly situation here. Anyway, it's a sick build. But the catch is that for those damage bonuses on the Morion Blade and the Graverobber Ring to become active, you have to be at 30% health or less, which makes it really high risk, high reward. The Graverobber Ring you get in level, or World 3-1, the first level of the Tower of Latria. The Morion Blade you can make after you kill the last boss of the Shrine of Storms, the world we're in now. I'm just hoping... Wow, I hope Vanguard keeps this pattern up. This is really nice and convenient. So, the reason that those two are used in combination with Makoto is because people equip Makoto long enough for it to drain their health down to 30%. It's a reliable way of getting you to 30% health to activate those damage bonuses, and then they swap in the Mauryan Blade afterwards. And it applies to all forms of damage you do, including spells. So you can also stack that with other rings and armor that do bonus magic damage, or the Master's Ring for physical, or anything really. There is so much damage potential. Oh god, he freaking hit me don't know why I try to avoid saying fuck there. That's like my favorite word. Fuck, fuck, fuckity, fuck, fuck, fuck. Alright. No big deal. He can hit me all he wants. Since apparently he doesn't chase me down or anything, he's just gonna sit here like a lazy prick. Vanguard may be stronger than me, and he may swing his axe faster than I can move sometimes. And he may be bigger, and he may be tougher. It may be a lot of things, but I have one thing he'll never have. Grass. Tons and tons of the shit. My cup runneth over with these exotic grasses. Oh, nature paths are so jealous of all this grass. I keep grass all day long and my blunt damage is off the chart. Oh, Vanguard, I'm gonna jam this sword straight up your big fat ass. Yeah, you just keep shaking that junk in that trunk for me. Oh god, it's gonna be a good episode. I feel it in my bones. Alright, now we can circle back here. Remember on the left there is the, I believe that's the copper key that lets us release the NPC we found back in the jail cell last episode. And I think we have to cross over the ramparts this way. See what's over there. I guess I'll check that out in a bit. I think I know what's over there. Anyway, down this path. God. That Vanguard challenge mode was something else. Caused me to burn through a bit more grass than I would have liked. Fight Vanguard while dodging stingray barbs launched from the sky. I mean, they're basically the drone strikes of Demon Souls. Except I bet King Allant regulates them a little more. The Government Accountability Office of Demon Souls is really coming down hard on King Allant there for his reckless use of the stingray drone strikes. Actually, who would technically be in charge of this level? It's the island shrine of the Shadow People who worship the Storm King. Storm King. Man, I can't talk. I'm slowly like, oh, it's like I had a stroke and half my face is becoming paralyzed. I think there's another arrow trap down here. No, oh yeah, I already triggered this. Never mind. Ignore everything I say because I'm a fucking idiot today. Oh! Wait, did I come down this way? No, I think I just didn't come up here before. Alright. So, at least in this episode, I'm slowly finding things that I didn't find last episode. That's at least the most I could hope for. What is that path? Is that the path back up to... Oh, that's an alternate path to the pit behind Vanguard, isn't it? Man, I don't know why I have such shit... No, this is the path up to Sparkly, the crow. So Sparkly is pretty interesting. I mentioned when I got the jade hair ornament that you could trade it to an NPC in this world for a ring if you don't want to give it to Thomas. Which you should. You're morally obligated to give it to Thomas. The dude is a saint. The ring you get from Sparkly if you trade him the jade hair ornament is the Regenerators Ring, a ring which you can pick up elsewhere in this very level. And there are also a whole bunch of other things that you can trade to Sparkly, but I don't remember what corresponds to what item Sparkly will give you, so I'm gonna come back to trade with Sparkly. I feel like I should be saying Sparky, but that's actually not right. It is Sparkly. I'm just gonna come back and trade with Sparkly later on. To trade, you just drop an item on the ground, and you leave and come back later to pick the reward up. Hint, he likes shiny things. As evidenced by his name. Okay, this is the pit behind Vanguard now. Yeah, I'm slowly utilizing my spatial reasoning and my spatial memory. Yay, go me. Okay, this is the path to Graverobber Blige, and since we have that copper key now... Bilge? No, I think it's Blige. Let's see. Let's talk to him.
You saved me. Heavens, I can't believe I fell for that trap. I suppose I owe you now. I'm Graverobber Blige.
It is Blige.
As thanks, I can provide you with useful goods. Who couldn't do with a little help down in these parts?
Let's see, what do you have, Blige? Also, I like that he self-identifies as Graverobber Blige, as if that's not what every main protagonist in virtually every video game ever does. I mean, video games...
Nothing suits your fancy, well, don't be too... A bit of indulgence. Politicians,
old, out-of-touch men in politics, will often complain about the violent video games and their mass murder simulators. They aren't mass murder simulators. They're grave robbing simulators. We are all just a series of grave robbers. Like, oh, I wonder what's in this corpse. I better journey onwards to loot every corpse in every level of this vast, rich land. I would really love, like, a tongue-in-cheek DLC quest style game that's just, like, grave robbing the video game. Oh, hey, Archer. Okay, this is the Archer above the pit that I was checking out from the ramparts. And I think down below is a crystal lizard. Let's see. Do I want to check that out yet? Because I don't know if I can get back up here. This was the path back up, right? No, this was the path back up to Sparkly. I have to stop forgetting that. The paths, they look too much alike. Alright, so there's an item down here. I think this is a Stone of Ephemeral Eyes. Let's see. Oh, goddamn, I am good. And Crystal Lizard. I knew he was down here. Just chase him down. Let's make sure he doesn't burrow. Come on, come on. Okay. As long as you get that one hit on him, you're usually pretty okay, because he is incapacitated, and he flips around and he can't move until he flips back over and then starts running off again. But that gives you plenty of time to regenerate stamina, so it's usually pretty okay. So, Crystal Lizards, I haven't talked about yet. They tend to drop a bunch of weapon upgrade stones, and in Darker World Tendencies, they drop more rare stones. So, it's best to farm them in Pure Black. The thing is, they run away when they see you, and the Thief's Ring does help with that. And after a while of running away from you, they burrow into the ground and just escape. If you hit them, they flip onto their backs and they give you time to keep on hitting them, like I said. But something to note about them is they have a spawn timer. And when they die or escape, they lose one spawn. And I'm trying to... Did I say a spawn timer? A spawn counter. When they die or escape, they lose one of their spawns, I guess is one way to think of it. They get one respawn for each boss that gets killed in the worlds they occupy. For instance, the lizard I killed just now won't respawn if I reload this level until I kill the first boss. And if I then go on to kill the first, second, and third in the Shrine of Storms, I can come back to this level and kill that same lizard up to 3 more times, because of the 3 dead bosses giving it more respawns. So it's important to not let them get away so you don't lose out on spawns if you're trying to farm upgrade stones, which I'm not too terribly concerned about. Oh, whoops. I just realized a few minutes ago I didn't point out that I was going to be cutting ahead. Yeah, I'm a little bit more turned around here than I thought I was. That's not good. And that is the worst treasure they could have given me. That sucks. Oh, I think I know where I'm supposed to... What's shaking, bro? Here we go. Now I know where it is. Where it be. What it do. I think I'm on the right track now. Okay. Now we can get this this playthrough back on track. It's a pretty straightforward path to the boss, although there are some tricky things coming up. Now, the soul remnants, you've seen me loot a lot of these. And there is a pretty good reason for that. So, if you've been wondering the whole time why they've been throwing all these soul remnants my way, it's because they didn't want it to be too unfair when I had to fight a golden axe-wielding skeleton on a narrow cliff edge while being attacked by flying stingrays. So it didn't. My plan to bait the goddamn golden axe-wielding skeleton didn't work too well that time. I don't think I need to burn another soul remnant to get to coax him out from this ledge, though. Let's just make him chase us. God, there are a lot of stingrays out here. I think they're, what are they called? They're like sky beasts or no, storm beasts. That's the name. Ooh, the hit's not quite as nasty as it could have been. That one did a little more damage. I'm willing to be a little bit reckless with these guys just because I know I can kill them faster than they can kill me. And the less time I have to spend fighting on this cliff edge, the happier a camper I am. So, I'll trade health for time not spent here. Oh god, that hurt. I think I'm bleeding. I'm poisoned. Do stingray barbs poison you, or am I thinking of the things in the ocean, in the shallows that you step on that deliver some kind of neurotoxin that leaves you almost completely paralyzed and yet still capable of feeling pain? What are they called? They're like cone snails or something? Conefish? I believe they are indigenous to Australia, which seems a great many deal of deadly, horrible things are indigenous there. I've made the joke a lot about how I would never move to Australia, how all the deadly creatures there scare the shit out of me. I've been thinking about it lately, and I feel the need to clarify that it is mostly in jest. I do harbor a great deal of paranoia about the wildlife there. But yeah, all in good fun, my Australian friends. Okay, that soul remnant should actually be pretty useful. What it does is it acts like some kind of lure for the skeletons on the cliff. And they will approach it, and then you can further aggro them to fight them in more advantageous positions. Oh my god, there are so many goddamn fucking stingrays here! Shit drives me nuts! Look at that! That was like 5 barbs in a row! Oh my god! Oh my god! Okay, please don't do this to me anymore, stingrays. I've never set out to harm you or threaten your natural habitat here in this hellhole. Please just leave me alone. Oh, man. And the worst is you can hear it happening, but you don't ever 100% know where it's going to come from. I hear it again. You have a pretty good idea. Because you have a wall on one side of you. But it's just, what angle am I gonna get impaled from? Oh, god damn it. Fucking barb bastards. It's okay. We'll be done with them, at least in this level, for a little while. You know what really sucks is that I was too stupid to prepare for this level by buying any sort of ranged attack. I could have brought a bow along with me. I could have purchase some sort of magical damage. Actually, no, I only have 6 magic, and I think I need 10. And that was, of course, the Graverobber's Ring. And I think that's the ring that makes it harder for black phantoms to detect you. Essentially, it's the Thief's Ring, except targeted only at black phantoms. Almost didn't notice the arrow trap there. that one is actually the one that, when I play through this, normally catches me off guard. If only I had some friends. So lonely. Alright, cool. After spending the whole level being harassed by these bloodthirsty sky marauders, we can finally start to put World 4-1 behind us now that we're in this nice secluded little area with just another deadly black skeleton. That's perfect. Absolutely what I wanted here. Dual katana wielding red-eye black skeleton. I'm more okay with that than the sky marauding stingrays that I can't actually handle right now. By the time I come back here for World 4-2, I will probably over-prepare. I'm gonna, like, somehow find a way to drag Lieutenant Colonel Kilgore from Bayonetta in here, and just... Oh, that's the other game with the stingrays I played recently, Asura's Wrath and Bayonetta. Yeah, I'm gonna shoot them all down with Lieutenant Colonel Kilgore, and then use the Durga Kilgore glitch, and just laugh maniacally as I annihilate every stingray. I think I want to go on a campaign of genocide against them. Yo, that's not fitting my normal motif of insect hate. I've branched out into, like, insect hate plus stingrays. Now we can put all of that behind us, though, because this is the fall gate to the boss of this level, the Adjudicator. So, hold on. Oh, never mind. Had to check something real quick. So ranged has it pretty easy from this fight, because I think this spot somewhere around here, ranged can just fire soul arrows or regular arrows with impunity, but this way otherwise isn't too bad, even for melee. It's just, you run a bigger risk of dying if you're melee. It's not too hard of a fight, though. Oh, why won't it hit the weak spot? So the idea with this fight is that if you're melee, you want to attack that bleeding weak spot. You notice in his, let's see, our right, his left, I had to make sure I had that right, he is wielding a half-broken cleaver, and that other half is embedded in his gluttonous belly. His swaying, hypnotic, massive jelly belly. So you want to attack the wound there. And after enough attacks, it'll bring him down to his knees, and it'll leave his golden crow / head exposed. The guy is pretty much a giant golden lickitung, come to think of it, wielding a big meat cleaver. He's a cross between a golden lickitung from Pokemon and the Butcher from Diablo. Oh, shit. Oh, well, at least it didn't kill me outright. I actually thought Adjudicator did more damage than that. It's still pretty scary. So the way that is optimal to approach fighting him is to not take damage, which is a revolutionary new concept. And the way you you avoid taking damage on this fight is when he's winding up that attack, it's easiest to run to his right here and try to get to his side by the time the attack lands. You can also run left and the strike comes out kind of diagonally, and you can usually avoid it like that. You see it goes down diagonally to our right. It can be easier to do that sometimes. I think it's a little bit riskier in my opinion, though. The only thing is, in order to do it the other way, to get on his right, you have to kind of rely on him turning properly. And since the arena's so small and he is so big, that can be a little bit unreliable. And especially get into this situation where sometimes you can get stuck trying to get around him and then you're just trapped. That's actually what happened to me when I got hit, is I got stuck against a broken pillar trying to roll, and I realized it too late, and I didn't have the invincibility frames on the dodge roll. The dodge roll actually does have invincibility frames. It doesn't have... It's not one of your typical insane god mode dodge rolls, though. It does, for a little while, have invincibility. but you still need to time it pretty well to roll through attacks or roll through hits. That was a little bit risky. The other thing I don't like about this fight is that the hitbox for that wound is actually kind of narrow, so I wind up hitting his belly a ton. You have to be pretty close to it. You can lock onto it! Never mind, I'm an idiot. All this time I fought Adjudicator, I never realized you could lock onto the wound. So yeah, you can lock onto his main body, you can lock onto the wound, or you can lock onto the head. I didn't realize he had 3 lock-on points. And once you do enough damage, he'll just stand back up and die. The Adjudicator has some pretty neat lore associated with him. So when you get the Adjudicator Shield, I think that's earlier in this level we got it. If you look at it, it depicts the Adjudicator standing with a crow on his head in front of a human or some sort of lost soul. And don't forget the item that's in the room at the bottom here. And what the description for the Adjudicator Shield tells us is that he judges the deceased. In fact, that's what the image on the shield is depicting. I'm just going to load up on souls here real quick. And it also kind of describes the golden crow on his head a little bit. The golden crow devours the souls of those who the Adjudicator deems unworthy. The Adjudicator is a judge. He determines who is worthy to pass on to the old hero, who is the boss of the next level and who we'll talk about more in time. And the worthy get to continue on to the hero, and the unworthy are consumed by the golden crow. Anyway, we're going to do a little bit of leveling up here.
So the world might be mended. Art thou done?
And we'll talk to some NPCs.
Well, you found yourself a demon soul, did you? I'm impressed. Yes, indeed I am. Stay the path, and you will soon be a monster yourself. Can't you see you've fallen for their trap?
Okay, you're still a dick, Blue Phantom.
Thou seekest so then touch. As for me, I am only here to tend to the flames. I keep the candles lit and serve the brave demon slayers who are trapped here.
That is awfully humble of someone who used to be one of the most ancient and powerful demons, Mrs. Maiden.
Here for thee.
What do you have to say, Ed?
Back in the time that King of Land left on some strange business, soon the land was ravaged by demons and soul-starved madmen. My spine shudders just to think about it. If I did not have my miracle stone shard, a keepsake of my grandfather, I may not have survived.
Oh, I see. I pray we...
O Lord, punish me, for I have not the strength to punish myself.
Okay, buddy. Well, I think that's all the NPCs, so that's going to do it for this episode, folks. Thanks for watching. If you like this episode, be sure to rate, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching, guys. Take it easy. Have a good one.
What do you want, brute?
And I do, in fact, not have enough magic to even engage this asshole in conversation. I need 10 magic for him to teach me anything,
no use for
or to even acknowledge me. Anyway, again, thanks for watching, guys. Take it easy. Have a good one.